What is up, guys and gals? Space Union bringing some hot frag action. Today, we're going to be doing our FCL practice match with Deathwish. Here's we are, guys, messing Deathwish here. We're like, hey, you want to run? You want to run? Okay. Let's run. Let's run now. And then we're going to ask him, what do you want to ban? So if you guys don't understand what bans are, you ban, each player gets to ban one card, and that card cannot be used by either player throughout the match. He banned Lily, which I love Lily, but that's okay. I'll make do. I'm going to turn around here and I'm going to ban Newt. Yep, Newt needs to go. Too strong in FCL duels. Now, some of you guys may be wondering, why aren't you banning cards like Piper, Reese, and Jaeger? And the reason being is Piper, Reese, and Jaeger are already banned. I'll show you guys the tier breakdowns for all these cards so you kind of understand what's going on and how the breakdowns work. And then we're going to get into the matches we had with Deathwish. So here we go. Alrighty, guys, so this is the tier breakdown. As you can see, the top cards are banned. Crystal, I can't even see that one. Crystal, Duality, Jaeger, Sombrero, Scrapper, Cthulhu, Piper Reese, Lord VR, and Dope. S plus tier. Now, if you use an S plus tier card, you cannot use any S tier cards. The S pluses are Sunny, Stella, Evil Piper, and Cyber Agent. And then the S tier cards, as you guys can see there, are in Lily, Zap Girl, Wave, so on and so forth. Now, normally whenever you build a lineup, you want to use about probably 2 S tier cards or 1 S plus card. The reason cards are banned like this, guys, is to try and find a happy balance in the game so that you aren't using broken cards. Essentially, you want every lineup to be competitive. Now, do they do a good job with this? For the most part, yes. There's obviously card ranks here that I don't agree with, but that's okay. So now we have to go in here and we have to build our lineup to face Deathwish. So let's get in here and let's work on this. Now, I have a pretty good core group here that I want to use. I want to use Lollipop. She's really strong right now. I'd love to use Lily, but she's banned, unfortunately. I need to replace Newt in this lineup. I have Lucha and Zap. So I'm going to go Tank Bot for Newt, replace Center for Center. And now we're going to get into these matches, guys, and I hope you guys enjoy these because they are incredibly competitive. Alrighty, guys, here we are going into match number 1 against Deathwish. Now, I played Deathwish a lot lately, so I kind of know what he likes to do, but this lineup he throws at me here is unique. He does not normally run these cards, and that's okay, because he can play them pretty well, and honestly, the lineup's pretty sound, especially, it's basically a cancel lineup. If you guys don't know what I mean by that, there's basically 5 primary lineup builds that you're going to see in an FCL. Now, the cards may differ, but the objectives of the lineups are all the same. This is what I call a cancel lineup. He's running Evil Piper, Cypher, and Lollipops. Basically, he's trying to cancel things that come across the map. DJ Equalizer, also another cancel card because of the ultimate ability. Basically, the goal with these lineups is to stop you from pressuring his backline and to stop you from being able to use your ultimate abilities. Ultimate abilities are really kind of a huge thing whenever it comes to FCL lineups, especially whenever you're against a very evenly matched opponent. A good ult, timed correctly, will lead to a win. A bad ult will lead to a loss. That is why it is so important. Now, right now, he caught me off guard on the opener, and he managed to get a good slay on my Zap Girl. This is huge, and it puts me on the 8-ball. So this whole match, I'm going to be spending fighting back. But also what I'm doing here, since FCL is a best of 3, is I'm looking for holes in his lineup. Whether it's switching, whether it's he folds on the pressure, or if I can get him on a reset. Every good match in FCL is going to have 3 to 5 resets. And those resets are the big deciding factors with gameplay. Now, unfortunately, I've been having an issue up top here where I have a bad habit of walking off the side. I have done this 4 times. I don't know why I'm doing this, but that right there pretty much sealed the match. All I'm doing here is I'm going to try to make him work for it with the Tank Bot pick and the Takeshi here. I'm going to try to get the kill on the Lollipop, which Lollipop's always a tough one sometimes. She's in like everybody's lineup right now. Just because of how, honestly, she's ranked low in my opinion, but you kind of get the idea. So we're going to get the quick kill here on the Cypher. He's got a Lucha coming through, which obviously that's not good. Lucha's a tough kill. It doesn't die fast enough, and I get stuck there, which is even worse. Going to get this Slay, and then we're going to try to get the Slay right here on the Evil Piper. As you said, he's kind of chasing around here. Basically what he's trying to do is he's trying to prevent me from getting to his side of the field. That's exactly what a cancel lineup can do. Now, I actually do break pressure here. Now, like I said in the matches, there's resets. This is technically a reset. Resets basically are whenever the game can change pace, a switch from who's in charge to who's not in charge, a break in pressure. All these things add up at the end to lead to these particular style games. Now, I make a bad switch here. I should have switched to Takeshi, but I switched tank, and it's okay because we have to kill. But right now, we have forced the reset, but it's going to be a little too late. So what I've observed here now is that I can get behind him, but once I get behind him, I have to hold it. So what I'm going to do on the next match is I'm going to speed up my pacing a little bit. My lineup is a pressure lineup. His lineup is a cancel lineup. So I'm going to speed up the pacing so that his cancel cannot get as much stop and hold on my pressure. Let's roll into the next match. All right, so here we go with match number 2. Now, the gaps I saw in DW's gameplay here was on his resets and on the pressure. If you can break pressure, I can take him. So what I have to do here is I have to find a balance. And what I'm going to try to do this time is I'm not going to give him necessarily a pressure lineup. I'm going to give him a control lineup. So what I'm trying to do here is I've switched from pushing the tower to getting the slays on his AI and challenging his AI directly as well as the player. I'm not as distracted with towers here. I'm more distracted with getting the pressure on him and causing him to have to fight me. I want him to fight me. Now, unfortunately, he gets that health pack, but honestly, his card's damaged enough there that it goes down quickly to Zap Girl, and we are okay. Now, the Takeshi switch here was interesting. The reason I went Takeshi is because I'm having issues with his AI. For some reason, he is not crossing middle, which is kind of weird because he should be crossing mid and actually should be able to go the whole way to the other side of the field. Now, that Evil Piper is a cancel card, so I'm hiding here to cancel that, basically so he can't cancel my ultimate ability. My ultimate ability here is what's going to stop his push. It's just a game of checks and balances at this point. As you can see, we've opened up much stronger, but the good Lucha push there with the switch and the gas has helped him a lot. Now, he has switched back to Lollipop, which I understand this play because Lollipop's Lollipop. Now, all I'm going to do is I'm going to grab Lucha Boy, and I'm going to hop into this little tower. He does hit a very good bounce pad there, but it actually causes me to miss direction, and I lose him here a little bit. This is something you kind of got to think on your toes with. If the opportunity presents itself to do that, you can find yourself in a great situation. And right now with the AI being the way it is, I can switch off a Lucha and he's going to maintain pressure on his tower. I'm going to place a turret there to get rid of the Lollipop. Rotate over here to deal with the Cypher. Now you'll notice that I still have a 200 point lead. Now I'm going to lose the next reset to him, which is going to cause me to have to get the reset. But the loss in the reset is deceptive as it does give me spawn control. So right now we're in the middle of that reset that I was just talking about where I still have control, but it's going to disappear here. I got Lollipop, and now here's the reset. As soon as Lollipop dies here, I'm in full reset mode. He has pressure. So what I have to do here is slow the pressure and then transfer over to his. That's basically all I'm doing here. I've got Takeshi. I'm now forcing him to backtrack, and I still hold control on this reset. Now, here's where it gets big, though. His Lollipop's on his back line, my back line. This is a reset that no one's pressuring except for him. So, I have to get rid of this Lollipop. If I fail to get rid of this Lollipop, which I do, I lose the reset. You see, he has now taken the reset control. But I have spawn control. You'll notice I have 2 cards on respawn right now. He has 1, I have 1. He has 2, I have 1. And he's about to have 3, and I have 1. I have now gained spawn control. This is huge whenever you're in a late fight. Now, here's the big play. This Lucha jump right here is big, but I know where Zap Girl's at on my tower, so I'm going to grab Zap Girl and I'm going to go up top here. Now, this did get a little closer than I wanted to, but I do get the stop on his Lucha. And now the switch. I have the push, I have the cards, and they're at full health. 15 health may not be a lot, but it's enough to get me to where I need to go, and he cannot kill a card fast enough, and I win game 2. The series is now 1-1, and we're on to the final match. Let's see what happens. Alright guys, so now we're going to match number 3 with Deathwish. So I've tried 2 different looks with him so far. I've done kind of a feeler look where I'm playing a pressure lineup but not really doing anything with it. I've done a control lineup which I actually won, but it was really, really tight. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine the 2. I'm going to go a pressure control. This is the 3rd build, and it's honestly the best build right now in the metas for FCL lineups. Why is it so good? Basically, you're forcing him to keep looking back. Your goal with the pressure control your pressure spawn control, I mean, is to basically get the slays on the character. And if you can do that, you will find yourself in a good spot on this fight. Now, we did have a little bit of framiness on this particular match, but that's okay. At this point, we're doing fine. I have good spawns. I have respawn control right now already. Even though it's only a millisecond, it's still enough. And then right here, this kill right there is the gamer. That right there has put him in a bad spot. I can now pick apart his tanks and get full control of the arena. This was such a big, that kill right there is the one that decides the game. Now, at least in most cases, there is some people that'll be able to fight back from it, but most people will struggle. Now, all I'm going to do here is survive. By doing so, I allowed my Lucha to get underneath him. Lucha has too much health. I now have pressure on his side of the field, and it's a boatload. I have 4 characters and a Takeshi ult to kill his defense. He is now in trouble. I have complete spawn control and pressure. This is exactly what this was meant to do with this particular look, and it can be very tricky to get a grasp on if you don't open strong. And that's all I was looking for, is I needed that window to get that control and the pressure, and that's what I've gotten here. Now, this Lucha play, he's very distracting because Lucha takes a long time to kill, even with the Takeshi ult. Now, I have to get this tower. Once this tower falls, I have full pressure on his main. This game is over. Great games to Deathwish. If you guys would like to see more matches like this against some of your favorite fraggers, let me know in the comments down below. I will gladly do them. Hope you guys enjoyed. Stay safe, and I will see you legends next time. Bye-bye.